hold up. Baby, better lay low.
Some stuff, you just gotta see it to believe it.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
But it ain't nothing like hearing it straight from the dog's mouth, cause he tells it just like it is.
The word on the street. Here's what's poppin'.
Here's what's poppin', people. My name is Dogface Calderon. This is Dogface TV live on YouTube, Patreon, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Instagram, Facebook. I'm live from your mama house. You know, I'm smoking, I'm cooking. I know what it is. Hey, listen, this is the YouTube streets, Detroit block. I want to welcome everybody. We're a little bit behind schedule because you know how Negroes be. We're on Negro time. You know, when you're on Negro time, you come when you come. It's midnight. Is it midnight yet? It's almost midnight, man. Hey, listen. We got panelists all over the place. The dog pound. Listen, I don't call my chat. I call my chat the dog pound. But this is not about me because I want to welcome everybody from Detroit Gossips page, and I want to welcome everybody from Juices, aka the Beat Factory page as well, because we rock it live on all of these pages at the same time. What up, though? Hey, listen, Detroit Gossip is in the building. The Beat Factory, aka Big Juice, is in the building, man. Let's go, Juice. What you talking about, Juice?
What up, though? This Juice from the Beat Factory 313. Salute to everybody that's joined us.
What up, though, everybody? This Detroit Gospel. Salute, just like Juice said. Respect to everybody that joined us for today's topics.
Hey, listen, man. I put the topics up on the ticker, right, at the bottom of the screen, and they're also up on the main line on there. So we're just going to go right from there. The first question I want to ask you guys about, the first thing I want to discuss is, right now in this country, this has nothing to do with entertainment or sport and play. This is all about politics. It's all about real life situations that are touching and have an impact and have an effect on thousands, if not millions of people's lives in this country. And that is Donald Trump and his administration's policy on illegal immigrants. Now, Donald Trump is also get kicked the ass about this motherfucking country. That's what he on. He owned that. You hear me? He owned that. If you're not a U.S. citizen, if you came in this country illegally, right, then we kicking your ass out. Now, we can go into a bunch of historical shit where we can talk about how Europeans came over here and they stole this land from the Native Americans. We can talk about that. I don't think we need to go back that far in order to understand what it is we're dealing with right now. And not only do I think we got to go back that far, because I think everybody pretty much knows the history, unless you've been living up under a rock, or unless you're just young enough, you just don't know anything. But so you have thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people who are protesting the Trump administration's policy on using ICE to deport illegal immigrants. And one of the things that I have been noticing is that Black people in this country as a whole have not gravitated towards endorsing the protests and endorsing all of the backlash. Black people are, you have some that are stepping up, but for the most part, Black people in this country, the children and grandchildren, the descendants of African slaves, America's niggas have not grabbed hold to the overall protest. So the question now stands, should Black people in America, must we take the side of the illegal immigrants who are being deported out of this country? Because as fellow minorities, if it affects them, it affects us. Is that how we should be looking at it? Or should we come down on it like, hey, there was once upon a time during our quest for freedom, justice, and equality, specifically the civil rights period, where you had other minorities. You had Vietnamese, Japanese, Chinese, Jews. You had women who were part of coming out of the suffrage movement of the early 20s and 30s that morphed into the 70s and 80s. You had Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, South and Central Americans. You had people who were considered minorities in this country gravitating towards our cause and using the framework of our cause to help push Arabs, Chaldeans, to help push their own agenda. And then when they got to where they wanted to be, they left us in the dust and said, fuck us. Whenever you see something happening with black people in this country, whether it is dying at the hands of killer cops or some other injustice, we don't see Cubans, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, South and Central Americans. You don't see Chaldeans. You don't see Arabs coming to our aid and assistance or even willing to lend us a hand. So the question stands. The question on the floor is, must we protest with them? Or should we mind our own motherfucking business? What says the YouTube Streets panel?
We don't owe them no type of obligation to be protesting against what they're going through, because for the most part, they do us as a people totally wrong. You know what I mean? So they act like we haven't been through the things that we went through. So by that being the case, when I'm talking about we don't owe them nothing, we don't. It's a personal choice. I don't think that nobody should feel like they in debt to protest or help these different groups of people out, because when we're in need, we don't see them out there. You know what I mean? When it's major tragedies going on in the community, we don't see them on the front line. So I don't think it's right for anyone to think that us as a people should be there with them hand to hand.
I agree with you. I from my personal experience, seeing them deal with us, not just deal with me, but watching them deal with our people as a whole. When like you said, anytime we in a crisis, they never aid us. But when they in a crisis, they look for us to aid them. Now we all supposed to stand together. And then not just saying that. Every other them they ride with every other race against us. You feel me? They don't be on our side. They don't come to our aid. Now you might have personal ones that got mixed blood, whereas they got relatives that's Asiatic, or we got, you know, because we all Asiatic, they just speak Spanish. But they don't look at it like that. They taught to separate themselves from us. You know what I'm saying? But now when they in need, you know what I'm saying? Now they looking for our assistance, and I don't feel like we should be being used. You know what I'm saying? That's on the real, because you know what I'm saying? Come and assist us first, though. If y'all want a helping hand, assist us first. You know what I'm saying? We the ones been going through as a race of people more than anybody. You know what I'm saying? As a whole, I ain't just talking about a few individuals that wiggle through. And I'm looking at them as a whole. All of them don't feel like that, because some of them know they are us and they got mixed blood relatives and all that. But as a race of people, they go ride with their people, man. I done seen it. They never rode with us, not even in prison, none of that. They mind their own business. No comprende. You feel me?
Look what they family teach them, though. Stay away. Stay away.
Okay, so listen. So at the very beginning of the foundation of this country, right? When Europeans first started to populate this land, they all but destroyed Native American Indians, right? They brought Black African slaves over here to build the infrastructure of this country. They didn't bring us over here to be part and parcel of the great American experiment, so to speak. Mm-hmm. Like in the notorious words of the brother Malcolm, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. So Black people who are the descendants of slaves, African slaves, right? we have been, our sojourn here in America has been a deadly, violent, and abusive one, right? Europeans who first colonialized this country, they raped, murdered, molested, and tried to destroy black people as a whole. Black people had to climb out of that by the force of our own will. And in the process of our almost 450 year stay in this country, we know racism when we see it. There's nobody in this country who knows and understands racism better than black people. Whether you Asiatic, or black people, niggas. Fuck all this old crazy. Niggas in America, we know racism. We can taste it. We can feel it. We can hear it. We don't even need to hear racism. When we come into a room with people who don't like us, we can feel it. We understand it. We've lived it. We've digested it, right? We have our sixth sense allows us to understand racism in a way that white Americans don't even know, and that other races who don't necessarily identify with black people, they don't really know our cause, they will overlook it. Let me tell you this. During our quest to try to attain freedom, justice, and equality with these crackers, every minority in this country, from Hispanics to Jews to Arabs, Chaldeans, Southeast Asians, from Indians to Chinese to Vietnamese to whatever, to even the women's rights movement, the suffrage movement, when you had white women who were trying to seek equality with men, white men as well. And then you have the homosexual community, who in the late 1970s, early 1980s, they kind of merged themselves with the foundation of what we had already built, seeking equality amongst people who believe and operate like they believe and operate, right? Once they got to where they thought they were comfortable, they then jumped out the car on niggas. They jumped out the car on us. Once they got more acceptable, or once being Arab, once being Chaldean, once being Armenian, once being, and Armenians are Caucasians, but I'm just throwing them in there too, right? Once being anything other than nigga became more acceptable to white America, a lot of those different groups and segments of this society jumped out the car on us and left us to fend for ourselves, and they did not return the energy that we gave to them. We lended our cause for freedom, justice, and equality in our quest to gain equal treatment and equal rights in this country. We lended our infrastructure to everybody. And once those everybody's got where they wanted to be, they jumped out the car and said, fuck niggas. They jumped out the car and said, fuck niggas. So let me just tell you this. For all of my Hispanic brothers, whether you are Mexican, Puerto Rican, Nicaraguan, whether you are from South Central America, whether you are Arab from the Middle East, whether you're Chaldean, whether you're Syrian, whether you're Armenian, whether you're a Jew, whether you are Gentile, whether you are Native American Indian, we need to test you motherfuckers. We need to know if you motherfuckers are still down with the cause. Because one thing about niggas in America, we're going to get beat. We're going to get discriminated against. We're going to get locked in prison. the government's gonna use their mighty hand to give us the short end of the stick on everything. But the one thing them crackers ain't gonna do is put us out this motherfucking country. We are America's niggas. We ain't worried about getting put out. We worry about getting shot down like dogs in the street by the police. That's what we worried about.
You know, most immigrants use the equality situational. You know what I mean? It
is situational.
If it fit their situation, they all good with it. But if it don't fit their situation, they the first one screaming at separation. You know what I mean? Especially now that the president is pulling the move that he pulling. They sending out distress signals, smoke signals, and everything they can to get our people to join their cause. They cause their own cause. You know what I mean?
It is. So it's time for us we have to re-examine our relationships with these other minorities who have traditionally used us to help get them where they wanted to be as a whole. And then once they got to where they thought they should be, see, here's the whole thing. It's just like 50 Cent's son told Lil Meech, oh, you think you special? You thought you were special? Most of these other so-called minorities in this country, when they got to where they thought white people would accept them, when they got to the point where they would, listen, most Mexicans, most minorities, right, in this country, once they get to the point where they are comfortable, they have jumped out the car on us and left us for dead. And we have asked for their support for us because our quest, our fight for freedom, justice, and equality as Black people, I don't give a fuck what your religion is. I don't give a fuck what your financial status is. A nigga is a nigga is a nigga is a nigga to white people in America. Sorry. Don't mean to spoil your fun, right? Black people as a whole, we need to reassess who our friends are, right? We have to reassess this shit. In any friendship, whether it's your personal friendships or whatever, you have to constantly reassess whether or not you and the person who says they're your friend are on the same page or not. We ain't on the same page with the motherfucking Mexicans. Especially them West Coast Mexicans. We not on the same page with them Taco Bell grande eating motherfuckers. No. Them Mexicans in Southern California, they run the skinhead cars in LA, in California, all throughout California. A lot of the Mexicans, the Salernos, they can't stand it because they worse than the Ku Klux Klan. They worse than the Aryan Brotherhood. They worse than the Aryan Nation. Them motherfuckers is not on our side. So I say, Donald Trump, kick them motherfuckers up out of here. We ain't helping you bitches do nothing.
Not today.
Not today. Maybe next week, but not today. Right now, don't come calling on no niggas. All you Southern California Mexicans, Chicanos, Hispanics, pack your shit. If you are Arab and you think y'all don't give a fuck about niggas, pack your shit. You Chaldean and you don't like Black people, y'all want to fuck on our women, we can't fuck y'all women. Pack your shit. You Mexicans, you Cubans for sure. You know I have deep ties in Florida. There is an issue between Blacks and Haitians versus the Cubans. Cubans in Florida, them Cubans in Florida, they worse than the Ku Klux Klan. They hate niggas. And they aid and assist white people, Caucasians, white Americans, in fucking over niggas. Did you see what happened in Miami last year when the football player, I forget his name, got pulled over in his McLaren for speeding, right? All those officers who responded to him, all of them were Cuban. They treated him like white people would treat him. Racist white people. No. All you Cuban motherfuckers, all you Mexicans, pack your shit. Don't come hollering about black people. Y'all should be helping us protest. Tyreek Hill. That's right. Superstar Jay Quick is in the building. The legendary Superstar Jay Quick. When Tyreek Hill was racially profiled, now he was speeding and doing all that shit. That's brother. Them Cubans didn't even know this motherfucker's an NFL superstar. You know why? Because he looked like every other nigga to them. Black people, we are no longer blindly supporting everybody else who's considered a fucking minority in this country. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain, we is America's niggas. We ain't worried about getting put out this motherfucker. We gonna get our wild Irish rolls. We gonna get our weed. We gonna get our serve. And we can even have a white bitch nowadays. We can even have white hoes. All you minorities trying to call them black man, protest with us. Suck our cocks. We not doing shit for y'all. Make America great again. What say you, Jews?
Dog, you already know what I say. We ain't rocking with that. You feel we ain't being used. We ain't being used. You feel me?
Hey, listen, for all you Cubans and Mexicans, right? And some of you Puerto Ricans too, because Fat Joe, I'm gonna need you to bring your motherfucking ass to the front of the congregation, Fat Joe. Because all this Puerto Rican shit, when you trying to draw a distinction between Puerto Ricans and black people and hip hop, Fat Joe, sit your bitch ass down with that whole ass shit. You
big dummy. You big dummy. You big dummy. You big cold-blooded dummy. You big
Fat
dummy.
Joe, sit your bitch ass down. Nigga, Puerto Ricans ain't that much some niggas who speak Spanish. All the white man did was drop y'all ass off first before they dropped us off. Coming up the South and Central America coastline. Puerto Ricans are niggas who speak Spanish. Cubans are niggas, light-skinned and dark-skinned niggas. But you Cubans have been brainwashed by Caucasians in America, and y'all trying y'all best to prove to these white folks that y'all are not like us. So we're going to take a page from Kendrick Lamar's book. That's what we're going to do. Y'all ain't like us? Fuck you then, bitch. Pack your shit, hoe, and haul ass. Detroit Gossip.
Listen, we know for sure, right? Ain't no claim jumping. This the wrong time to be claim jumping. Y'all been made the whole world aware who y'all is. Ain't no trying to hide these ties and all that. We know exactly what y'all is. But now it's a time where, I got blood ties and I know so many people. I've been around them for years. Ain't none of that stuff working.
We ain't trying to hear that shit. No.
It is what it is.
Tell them the name when they stood hand to hand with us as a whole. You feel me? Name the situation. You know, they feeling we divide and conquer. No, they let the white man divide and conquer. We just following suit. You feel me? Unfair exchange ain't no robbery. You feel me? Where they was at when all the stuff, we the ones been going through everything. Where they been? Where they been? You feel me?
So listen.
Where have they been?
Let me just tell you something, right? I hate when people try to interject or inject disingenuous trains of thought to conversation for the purposes of trying to make motherfuckers feel guilty about a decision that we're making. No, nigga. This ain't about no white man doing a motherfucking thing, because the white man did a number on everybody. But one thing for sure, black people, we can't escape our skin color. It don't matter if you gay, Protestant, Catholic, Episcopalian. It don't matter if you a Jew, Gentile, Hebrew, A nigga is a nigga is a nigga is a nigga to white America. And what we're saying is, don't try to use that, don't let the white man divide and conquer the minorities against each other. No, the other minorities have already decided that they are not like us and they don't want to be like us and they don't have any relationship to us and they don't fuck with us. So now that the white man is on y'all ass, don't come back over here hollering about black man, we all the same. No, motherfucker. No. I is a nigga. I is a nigga. I'm a nigga.
You want to know, folks, how much that these jokers hate us and then try to act like they not?
Hold on, Detroit guys. Mike Taylor wants to get his points off. Facts, I agree, but I'm not letting the cracker slide. You ain't got to let him slide.
We ain't said we letting them slide.
Listen, you ain't got to let them slide. We saying that we as a people need to be concerned about us first. We need to be, see, black people for too many years have been concerned with trying to help and aid and assist everybody else. And while we were doing that, what we don't know is that the people who we thought were riding with us were only riding with us until they got to their stop on the bus. When they got to their stop, see, the nigga bus don't never stop. The quest for freedom and equality, the quest to not be killed and incarcerated, the quest to be shot down like dogs in the street, we can never escape that shit. We niggas. See, the Jews, the Chaldeans, Arabs, gays, they all jump on the black bandwagon when it's convenient for them. And then when they get to their stop, they jump off and leave us. And leave us to fend for ourselves. So I'm saying that we need to, all I'm saying is this, man. It may sound racist, but how in the world can it be racist? No, listen. Hey, Mexicans, y'all got a problem with Donald Trump? Deal with it. Don't come looking at us, because that ain't our problem. The white man gonna do everything to us but kick us out this motherfucking country. We ain't worried about getting kicked out of shit. It's y'all ass need to worry about getting kicked out. And since y'all say, we ain't like them niggas lazy. We don't like them niggas. We ain't black. Them Cubans, and listen, Superstar Jay Quick, he knows I'm not lying, right? Them Cubans and the whole state of Florida, they hate niggas. So since y'all hate niggas, don't look for us to help y'all protest a motherfucking thing. To all you Salernos, you Southern California Mexicans and Chicanos, don't get black now. Don't start to try to point out our similarities now. We didn't draw the line. Y'all want to act like and be like white people. Y'all want to treat us with the same level of disrespect and disdain that white people treat us. Don't look for us. Not y'all. Listen, Donald Trump, him being mean to us. Hey, Juice, him being mean. Donald Trump, him being mean.
What up, Dave?
And they've been mean to us for years. Get y'all bitch ass, pack y'all bananas, pack y'all taco, pack y'all burrito supreme eating ass up and run for the border. I don't give a fuck. Y'all ain't been on our side for 34 years, and y'all expect us, now they put a cracker in the office who kicking y'all backside in. Y'all expect the niggas who y'all hate to come to y'all, hey, black man, y'all know how to deal with this shit. Y'all, no. Bitch ass niggas, pack y'all shit. if you gay and you ain't been riding with the niggas, when niggas roll with gay people, most niggas don't even be, we ain't even, but we roll with, because we feel like that if it's freedom for everybody, it's freedom for everybody. If it's justice for everybody, it's justice for everybody. We roll with the homosexual, the LGBT community in their quest for freedom and equality and acceptance. We did do that. We rolled with the Mexicans and the Cubans. We did do that. We did do that. But every time they got to where they wanted to be, they got off at their bus stop and left us on a burning goddamn bus. They never came back to try to defend us. When you see the brother in Minnesota, what's his name, the George Floyd get killed, you don't see no goddamn Chaldeans out there protesting with us. You don't see no motherfucking Cubans out there protesting with us. It's us by ourselves whenever we in trouble. Now we expect it to, we said, only God can judge us. That's right. That's goddamn right. We need to reassess our relationship with other minorities in this country. Because one thing they didn't forget, the white man don't give a fuck about you. The white man don't give a fuck about if you Arab, Chaldean, Venezuelan, Costa Rican, Honduran, El Salvadorian, Mexican, Puerto Rican. If you're from Guam, right? If you're a part of the darker skinned or the darker hued people of the world, white America will put their foot in your ass, and they're like Superstar Jay Quick has alluded to, has said, there's a disconnect between our common enemy. There used to be a time where all minorities understood that we have to fight against the oppression of the Caucasian American and the Caucasians worldwide. But nowadays, you have every minority for themselves. So, since you motherfuckers want to be by yourself, and since y'all going out y'all way to prove to these crackers that y'all not like us, Kendrick Lamar voice. One thing y'all didn't forget, y'all did not anticipate Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a mean motherfucker. He's a bad mamma jamma. Now y'all want the niggas to come back and help you motherfuckers. Let me tell you Southern California Mexicans something. I'm going to talk to y'all first. Let me tell you Salernos something. Pack y'all shit. Donald Trump, you can't kick them motherfuckers out of here fast enough if you ask me. All you Cubans in Florida who hate niggas, y'all ain't legal. Pack y'all shit. If you are Arab, and we in Detroit, the largest Arab population in this country, the largest Arab population outside of the Middle East is situated in metropolitan Detroit. We have an unfair relationship, Mr. Arab. We have an unfair relationship, Mr. Chaldean. I have Chaldean and Arab partners. But if y'all not going to genuinely come to our aid and assistance, if y'all not going to use the power, the economic resources that y'all have amassed to not only help yourselves, but to help us too, then don't expect us to come to y'all aid and assistance, bro. Do not expect the niggas who y'all hate so much, who y'all try so hard to prove y'all better than. The white man is showing y'all that y'all ain't no better than these niggas. I'm all ears.
For real. And they feeling it, what we've been going through for over 400 years. You feel me? And now they asking for help. Y'all been standing back being quiet. I mean, I feel for y'all, and I got relatives on that side and all that. But real is real. I'm not go sugarcoat it. As a whole, as a race of people, ain't no other race been at our aid for nothing that's been going on. When Trayvon Martin was killed by one of them, where was they at? They sided with their people, even though he was dead wrong. You feel me? So that's all I'm saying. Real is real. We not gonna be fake with it. We not gonna let nobody make us feel like that. If y'all want assistance, assist us first. That's all y'all gotta do. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. You feel me?
For sure. A lot of people, I was just looking on YouTube not too long ago, right? A lot of people think this is what they have to do. You know what I mean? And I don't know how the people that with the attitude getting brainwashed themselves, you know what I mean? It got to be known worldwide that just because we are minorities and they are minorities, you know what I mean? This is not no obligation to be allies. It's not no obligation at all.
Hey, listen, let me say this again. This is a soundbite to all of my Chaldean brothers and sisters. White America is a lot more complex than y'all thought it was. There's a lot more that goes into this country than economic gains. Y'all are finna see, the white man is finna show y'all. They don't give a fuck how much money y'all got. They don't give a fuck about none of that. The white man hates everybody.
And they'll take your money.
And then freeze your. Let me tell you something. For all my Arab and Chaldean partners, I know Arabs and Chaldeans are different. Most Chaldeans are Christian, although they're genetically linked, but most Chaldeans are Christians, most Arabs are Muslims. So listen. To all of my Chaldean partners who I know who are watching this, and I have some wonderful friends. I got some Chaldean and Arab partners who will come to my aid and assistance faster than some black people. But I'm talking to them too. For all of my Chaldean and Arab friends, the white man do not look at y'all like y'all better than niggas. The white man is looking for a way to do to y'all what they have done to us. And don't think because you guys have amassed some wealth that the white man looks at y'all any different than they look at some niggas, because they don't. You would be mistaken to assume that white America give a fuck about y'all. That would be a humongous mistake. And Donald Trump and his whole crew, they finna show you Puerto Ricans, you Mexicans, you Cubans, you Chinese, you Indians, Donald Trump and his crew, that gang in Washington, D.C., they finna put belt to ass. So we need to do a reassessment of just who on our side again. Because right now I ain't feeling the love, Juice. I ain't been feeling the love, and I'm 52. I ain't been feeling the love for 25, 30 years.
Shoot, ain't nobody been on our side. That's why you ain't feeling it. There ain't no love. You feel me? We gotta love ourselves first, love our own first, like they do. And that's what our people need to see. Stop turning them switches on each other, sliding on each other. You feel me? I like the energy, but not against each other. We got bigger fish to fry. You feel me?
And Real Spill says, he says, you know how some niggas get rich and think they the same as white people. Hey, listen, Real Spill. It don't matter what a nigga think. It don't matter if a nigga become an NFL player or a basketball, an NBA player, a Major League Baseball star. It don't matter. Niggas ain't getting put out the country. The one thing that niggas can agree on is that you can do whatever you go. Listen, when we go to prison, when we get out, we ain't getting deported. We ain't worried about getting through out of shit. We ain't worried about it. This nigga say they sent my Mexican side chick back. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you, nigga. Good for you. Look at the nigga say, the dog, they sent my Mexican side chick back. Get good for her. Good for you, nigga. Get you a sister, you house ass nigga.
Man.
Or go get you a white bitch. White bitches love niggas. White bitches is the best dick suckers in the world. They love niggas. They love them. Get you a white bitch. We can fuck white hoes nowadays just because y'all ain't know. Right? Fuck them. Mexicans, listen, this is what we're gonna do. Those Southern California Mexicans, he can get rid of all them motherfuckers, Juice. You hear me? Because
Really?
the Southern California Mexicans, they hate niggas, bro. All you hear is stories about how they feel about black people. They hate niggas. They worse than racist hunkies. The Mexicans in California ride with the Aryan Brotherhood. Especially
Ain't
the
that
prisons.
crazy? Ain't that crazy?
No sense at all.
Fuck them. No, gone. Them Cubans in Florida. Hey, listen, man. Give me the ICE number. 1-900 deport them bitch ass niggas. Get the fuck on. No, we ain't fucking with you. Fuck you. Fuck ya and fuck who you roll with and fuck who came over here with. We ain't fucking with you. Don't come over here. No, y'all was fucking with the white man last week. Go on, keep on fucking with him. Go on. No. Fat Joe. Now, Fat Joe, you keep on coming with all this motherfucking Puerto Rico, boiling water.
Can we hear exactly what he said? I want to quote him on that. I don't want to insinuate it.
No, we're gonna get into this, Juice. Hold on, let's get this motherfucker say. Because Fat Joe, you on one hand you say that you understand that Puerto Ricans are black people who speak Spanish. That is true. But now it's like you on this kick to try to prove to the world that Puerto Ricans are Puerto Ricans and what? Okay, here you go, right here. Right there, Fat Joe. So they're talking about how black people who are saying, "Hey, listen, man, you have other nationalities who are mixed, but you have some Puerto Ricans, you have Hispanics who don't really understand that they're nothing more but a mixture of black Africans, Native American Indians, and Caucasians. A Puerto Rican is a mixture of Africans, Native American Indians, and Caucasians. That's what the fuck they are. Period. Point blank. So Fat Joe is treading in dangerous territory here because he's trying to call black people who don't agree, who challenge him, radicals.
No, anytime we display black pride, you know what I'm saying? We got pride in our race. It become we racist then. No, I just got pride in my race. I love my race like y'all love y'all. So while we can't display that, you feel me? We got to be marked racist then.
One thing with Fat Joe, right? He's another one that been accepted to the culture. Because 1 minute he's fully understand what he is. The next minute he's with this I'm Puerto Rican. Then the next minute he's separating. And the next minute right after that he bringing us together. It's one of those things. He even situational with his own thoughts. You know what I mean? He just said something about the Dominican Republic, right? That's the craziest stuff in the world because you got the Haitians in the Dominican Republic on the same island. You know what I mean? And
right.
over there, they don't deal with the Haitians, which is just on the other side of the island. But when they come over here, they want to consider themselves black. This shit is all crazy and messed up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See what? But see, he just said it at the beginning. Mav Hoffa. They feel because they grew up with each other that they can speak for their whole race. No, that's just how your homeboys and me as you grew up with in your neighborhood. You feel me? That's how it is in every neighborhood. You get along with your neighbors, but they can't speak for their whole race on how they treat other people outside of New York. See, just because y'all deal with that in New York, we dealing with it a different way here with the same race of people. You feel me? So he can't speak on their experience from there. But go ahead, let him talk.
So the
he disrespect.
Right. Hey, listen.
You feel me?
Fat Joe, don't forget you ran under African Bambaataa, Fat Joe.
Right.
Don't forget your origins, Fat Joe. Your origins come from some broke niggas. And you didn't grow up rich, Fat Joe. Right? You grew up with.
But this is how he feel about our people.
Yeah, see, he didn't get white. He didn't get white real quick on the motherfucker.
I'm just keeping it a
buck.
Look at
Mav Hoffa laughing.
Right, he giggling.
He giggling like a bitch ass nigga.
Right.
To attack everybody on Twitter. You see this nigga who run them? Like, you know, your leader? Oh, man.
Nah, it's nigga.
Wait a minute. Talking about nigga. You feel
right,
me?
Is you a nigga or you ain't a nigga? Fat Joe? You fat, funky, big titty, bitch ass nigga, you? Is you black or ain't you black, you hoe ass nigga? Because you're using the word nigga, but then you try to distinguish or differentiate yourself between niggas. You a light-skinned nigga yourself. You think because you speak Spanish, you special. The white man gonna teach your bitch ass a lesson about that.
You and Fat Joe, what's going on between both of y'all? I know he made some comments about FBAs, and I know he made a comment about how you was the wackest one in Brand Nubian, but I mean, what's going on between both of y'all, man?
I mean, first of all, you know, his comment about FBA is kind of crazy because FBA is the one that put him where he is today. So you have to understand that it wasn't the Puerto Rican community or any other community that embraced Fat Joe. Fat Joe came up in DITC, which...
That's digging in the crates, by the way.
Consists of mainly foundational Black Americans, you know, and he was the only Puerto Rican member in the group. So it's kind of ironic for him to attack foundational Black Americans with his rhetoric. He sat there, you know, and as a white Puerto Rican, you know, he sat there and used the word nigga more than niggas used the word nigga.
You feel
in a room full of niggas, and not a nigga said nothing.
Not a nigga said something. Mav Hoffa, house nigga, shucking and jiving, can't keep a co-host ass nigga, sit there and laugh at the shit. And we do understand that in the Hispanic heritage, in the Hispanic culture, you have light-skinned and dark-skinned Puerto Ricans. You have light-skinned and dark-skinned Indians. You have light-skinned and dark-skinned Mexicans, Chicanos, all Latinos and Hispanics. And we know that even in the Hispanic culture, the lighter skin or the fairer complected amongst them who are considered closer to white are the ones who have a complex. They have a feeling of air of superiority about themselves because they are the lighter complected. And it's even more pervasive amongst Hispanics and Latinos than it is amongst Black people. And Black people, we play the light skin, dark skin game too, but with the Hispanics and the Latinos, it is even more prevalent where the lighter you are, the better you, the more power or the closer to white you are, the better you are viewed or perceived.
They just let him nip it up. And Mav Hoffa and them is getting a little heat for that right now too. but I think it was uncalled for. First of all, it needs to be said that foundational Black Americans are not the foundational Black authority, as he said, is not an organization. It's a lineage. Either you're part of it or you're not, by lineage, okay? How your ancestry, where your ancestry takes you. So, you know, there's about 48 million people that would be considered foundational Black Americans, and he's disrespecting all of them. There is no leader to foundational Black Americans. Tariq Nasheed is not the leader of foundational Black Americans. It has no leader. Again, it's a lineage. There is no organization called foundational Black Americans. It's just what you are. So those are just to erase some falsities right there. It's not about being Black radicals or not liking people that don't look like them or, you know, who are not American. It's about honoring and preserving the things that foundational Black Americans have done. And many times people come in on the backs of what we have done as far as the civil rights struggle. These people flee their countries and then come here on the backs of what we do, but with a subconscious disdain for us. And some of them, not all of them, but some of them will work to undermine us. And those are the ones we call tethers.
And that is what we're talking about here. That is the issue. So Fat Joe, right? When you talk about hip hop, there were certainly contributions from people outside of the Black who are not Asiatic in the truest sense of the word. There were certainly contributions from with New York being the birthplace of hip hop. There were certainly contributions by Puerto Ricans. There were certainly contributions by people from all throughout the Caribbean, right? There were certainly contributions, but hip hop is a Black thing. When you merge into a Black thing, and if you contribute, then we call you a helper. If you take from it without leaving anything in it, we call you a vulture, right? Fat Joe, you have to understand that when you're trying to create a distinction between Puerto Ricans and Black people, and when you try to point out in specific detail what Puerto Ricans added to the culture of hip hop, that is a divide and conquer strategy within and of itself, and I don't like it.
But did you hear what he said? He talking about because they carried the crates and said, ooh, ooh. So y'all, they want to go down in history as being 50-50 with creating hip hop. You feel we understand y'all played a part, like you said, but get a 50-50 credibility with them brothers who is the sole producers of it. The originators, no, that's total disrespect. And then he doing it with disrespect with all the name calling, you know what I'm saying? The nigga use
arrogance.
You know, yeah, he went up there totally to disrespect them brothers. You know what I'm saying? The Math Hoffa gave him his platform to disrespect our pioneers of hip hop. You feel me?
As it relates to Fat Joe and what he just said, right? In the middle of a sentence, like no BS, in the middle of a sentence, he putting Puerto Ricans with us, and in the same sentence, he separated by trying to say Puerto Ricans started this at the beginning with. You see what I'm saying? So he can't speak for the whole race of Puerto Ricans. You know what I mean? And that's what he trying to make himself do. He want to be the spokesman for everybody.
He didn't say nobody wrote a song, produced a beat, orchestrated nothing for us the talent. But y'all carry some supplies. You feel me?
That's what it boiled down to.
You added a few ad libs, and I don't even want to be disrespectful to the contributions of Puerto Ricans or even white people, for example, because hip hop, as we know it today, from the origins of it, it is a black thing that had contributions for people who were not black. That is true. Some of the pioneers, the early pioneers of hip hop, were white as a motherfucker. We know that. We're not denying that. But hip hop, they came into our thing, digested it, they ate it, they consumed it. And because we know how intoxicating all things black is, we know that once you drop one drop of black into something, it corrupts it, it influences it, it changes it, it colors it. So when you put a white boy in a black neighborhood with niggas, that white boy, when we get done with him, he gonna be the sauciest white boy you ever seen and heard in your life. Simple as that. So it is unfair. And because Mav Hoffa, being a man who's supposed to be of reasonable intelligence, right? You cowered in the face of Fat Joe, right? Because there's no way you were supposed to be up there kikiing and ha-ha, as he said what he said. You were supposed to push back and check him and correct him. But Mav Hoffa, you have turned into a shell of your former self. All that smack rapper, slap rapper shit. Where was that smack rapper, slap rapper shit when he was calling niggas broke niggas in your face? When he's standing on being a Puerto Rican as if being a Puerto Rican means that you're not black.
Or as been saying he a Puerto Rican that saying he better than us. You feel me?
Right. There would be no you, Fat Joe, if it were not for black people. Period. Simple as that. Now, Fat Joe, you can take your bitch ass back over to Puerto Rico. You banana boat eating motherfucker, you. You Taco Bell Supreme eating ass nigga. You beans and burrito, rice and bean eating ass bitch ass nigga. And while you at it, take Mav Hoffa goofy ass right with your ass. We don't need you. Donald Trump, we got 2 niggas to go. Fat Joe and that whole Mav Hoffa. We got 2 niggas to go.
You know what though? Mav Hoffa, one of the people who we were just talking about, his mindset is that it's an obligation to stand with them when they're going through what they're going through. That's his mind state. And we can tell the way he displayed that interview.
You right.
Saying one word.
You right. You right.
He need a fuck nigga file. Then we need to get him a fuck nigga file.
I'm gonna type it up. Let me tell you, hey, Detroit gossip.
What up, though?
See, the one thing that the New York niggas be on, they be on some. Oh, I'm from Barbados. I'm from Belize. I'm from Nicaragua. You's a nigga.
You just speak a different language.
Spanish, you stupid motherfuckers.
That's it.
Oh, I'm from Brazil. I'm from Costa Rica. Them New York motherfuckers always trying to mix some old Caribbean shit to their bloodline. You a nigga. Your mama was a nigga. Your great grandmama was a nigga who speaks Spanish and eat bananas, nigga. We eat chicken, they eat bananas. What the fuck is the difference? We niggas. And if you don't believe you a nigga, Mav Hoffa, Fat Joe, you think you something special? Take your bitch ass down to Jackson, Mississippi right now. Take your ass down to Jackson. Take your ass down to Arkansas. They gonna show you that you a nigga with no delay.
Hurry up.
He confused, super confused.
No, he better stay in New York with that shit.
They lost their motherfucking mind.
Right. That's some New York shit for real. Like they said,
New York,
we don't know.
Shit. All of New York. Oh, I'm Bo Rick Rye. I'm from. Shut your bitch ass up with that whole ass shit. You bitch ass niggas. Y'all some niggas. Only thing is they dropped you niggas off first before they dropped us off up here in North America. Y'all niggas. So stop thinking because you can speak some Spanish. We don't want to hear nothing but a Spanish bitch calling us Poppy. That's all we want to hear. All that I'm special because I can speak 2 languages. Man, carry on with that fuck ass shit. On to the next subject. Rollo fam-gooned himself against all the rappers who were scheduled to perform at the canceled Big Meech concert.
Stop that, Aki. Now I need to fall back and relax. He should not. He should be doing what Big Meech doing, being quiet after that display on Big Banks and old girl broke him down. Get to page 8, Rollo. That's what you do. Let's talk about page 8 since you want to open your mouth. Now we try to be lenient with you because you are one of our brother mans. But ain't nobody go spare you and you keep jumping, opening your mouth. Shut up and raise the brothers and them, get on your ding, you know what I'm saying? And try to help the brothers and help the community. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to speak on who ratting and this, that, and other when your paperwork ain't right. You got a lot of motherfucking nerves. You feel me?
Let's hear what he said. Detroit gossip. Let's hear what Rollo said. Let's hear what Rollo said.
I was playing on you to go do that show. Y'all wasn't gonna hear the last of it out of me. I go on there, lie to the feds and get called a rat, but yet y'all got a saying he did 27 years for a dude. I don't have a Tammy Collins. I don't have a Cuffy. I don't have an alleged person saying that Rollo got him locked up. Never have, won't ever be. But however, I couldn't even get a nigga to tell Rollo happy birthday. But he was ready, dying to go get on that stage. And let's get it clear. If 50 would have never went up on Sheldon, y'all would have been right on that stage.
I get every time he showed his paperwork, he want to try to direct people to read this, he do the read, or either he say, hey, read this. If he not letting nobody take that paperwork or show them sealed documents. But see, old girl had his number, you know what I'm saying? And you can't tell me he didn't pay them to take that interview down.
Oh, he definitely
That's the
paid
only way they took that down. They ain't take it down because it wasn't right.
Big facts ain't.
Yeah, he had to pay that.
Down.
He's not in a position.
No, they read that thing. They read his paperwork. That wasn't no defaming what you call that? Slandering his character. They read his paperwork. He kept trying to avoid 8. Talk about 8, Rollo, before you talk about somebody else, man. You got a lot of nerve. You can't say nothing about Big Meech. And see, that's another thing. That's why Big Meech being quiet. He know he bold. So he knew to say shut up. See, Rollo, you bold and you trying to convince everybody to believe a lie. So that's where you dead wrong guy. You not only a rat, you was a liar on top of it. You feel me? You trying to convince everybody else that it ain't that. Just sit back, be like 6ix9ine. You did what you did. You changed your life. You ain't in the streets no more because the streets ain't what it is. And get the fuck on.
He's not going to accept 6ix9ine status because Rollo, for all extensive purposes, despite the fact of the situation that he finds himself in now, Rollo is a stepper. So he's never going to accept the label of being a snitch. He's not going to ever do that. Never.
Ooh, play page 8. Shoot, how can he get around that?
See, the thing
he can't get around that.
He can't battle his own paperwork.
Shoot, he can't get around that. And you can't tell me your lawyer can't go in there and get you no puff. However
read
you
through
say
the
it.
paperwork. I looked at it, and my question to you is, matter of fact, let me get to it, so we can just get to the bottom of this shit, and you can just explain your part about like what's going on or whatever. So it was a part in the paperwork where it said, as far as like the proffer was concerned, where they were talking about, the whole thing with Ash and, like how Brian took over and all of that.
Correct.
And it said, if it comes out on June 16th, 2018, that Mr. Davis gave information, I know this honorable court has been privy to that. Actual notes of that proffer, if that is released, there's a lot of information on a lot of people that are well known in this community that would not bode well for Mr. Davis, for his security and his rap interests at all. And I don't see the benefit at this point. So basically, my question to you is,
Don't turn that page. Let me get that page.
It's right here.
Don't go nowhere.
There you go.
So what page that is?
It's at the top. I think it's 7, maybe.
So you got page 12. Can you go to page 12?
I have those 2 pages. But I have the paperwork though. But
so
that was my question to you. Like, what exactly does that mean? Because I know it was a lot of talk about and confusion about like not knowing exactly what a proffer was, and what I'm saying, all of that kind of stuff. What did that part of the paperwork mean?
So if we go to, this page 8, if we go to page 12 of that documentation, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll say Terrell Davis didn't give up no information. Right down page 12, right? If we go to that same documentation in which you got, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, these people that tried to help me is significant people to some of the people that are around me, and they ain't do shit but try to help me. These are the ways these people make their money.
Let me hold on 1 second. Let me ask you this, because on page 8, it's saying that the conflict of interest with Ash is coming about as a proffer that occurred at which Mr. Davis provided information to the government. And it's my belief or our position that Mr. Steele and Mr. Davis want that fact kept out of the public's knowledge. What does that mean? So you can explain that.
Go to that document webpage.
It's right there. It's at the top of page 8.
Open it again.
I'm sorry.
So my thing is, whenever you get documentation, all you got to do is read the whole page. Don't never, we as people, don't never need to go to.
No, I read the whole thing.
So my question is, and my answer is to this, why we ain't going to page 12 of this?
You go skip 8 and go straight to 12.
That nigga said, wait, hold on, man. Come on, this can't be true.
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, dude. Look at her.
Why we ain't going to page 12 of this?
Cause she ain't asked your bitch ass nothing.
How you gonna jump from 8 to 12? You gonna skip what's in the middle, huh? How we gonna skip that?
Man, hold on. So let's page again. Come on.
Go to that document webpage.
It's right there. It's at the top of page 8.
Open it again.
I'm sorry.
So my thing is, whenever you get documentation, all you got to do is read the whole page. Don't never, we as people, don't never.
Look, hey, listen, look at Big Bank's face. This tells you everything you need to know. Look at Bank right there, bro. Look at it. Can we zoom this? Look how he looking. That says what? Hey, Trey Gloster, what does this say? What does Big Bank's face say to you right now?
No, he just left out. No, shoot. He said, "What the fuck is you talking about?" That's how he looking at, man. What the fuck? You feel me?
What are you talking about, nigga? What the fuck you mean?
Forget that. Forget what they just said. Why we ain't talking about 12? What you mean? Why we ain't talking about 12? We ain't got the 12 yet.
We ain't got the 12.
We on 8.
We ain't got. I think we on page 8, nigga. Hold on.
Never need to go to.
No, I read the whole thing.
So my question is,
right there. Look at Man, look at Scream face, bro. What does this tell
like
you, bro?
Rap motherfucker. Look how you rap motherfucker. Can't believe this. Thought you was the thoroughbred.
Bro, Scream face, Scream his whole big ass head, and he has a nugget on him. His whole nugget is to the side, like, nigga, what? Okay.
And my answer is to this. Why we ain't going to page 12 of this document where it say Terrell Davis did not give up any information. However, Ash was already communicating with these people. Hey, so now give me that paperwork. It's a blue folder. Ash Joshi was already.
Look at Big Bang face. Big Bang, bro, his facial expression has not changed. When Big Bang come alive, he gonna come alive on you. When Big Bang come alive on this shit, Big Bang gonna expose everything. Watch this.
Already communicating with these people. And I don't want to throw my man up under the bus. So
yeah, you don't have to.
So what is believed to be said in this documentation, what is believed to be said is this, they trying to accuse Ash Joshi of taking me into this to exclude himself from this investigation. You smell me? And I'm gonna just show you the documentation before we even go further. So yes.
No, but I'm just saying, me as a journalist, I'm asking on the top of page 8, whatever this is. I'm not accusing you of nothing. No, I really don't give a fuck.
I don't
but
you doing that.
It's saying that the proffer occurred at which Mr. Davis provided information to the government. So it's basically saying that during the proffer, information was provided. And I think that's what a lot of people were, taking as basically you told. So that's why I'm asking you to explain that part so that, we can get to the bottom of this shit for real.
I don't think people understand what's a lawyer. A lawyer is a counsel in which we are illiterate of the law. So even if
we ain't literate, we
right.
ain't no we. No, nigga, we is illiterate of the law. No, nigga, we're not illiterate of a motherfucking thing. What we are is we are aware of the shit you trying to pull on, nigga. That's what we are, nigga. So don't come with that we shit. Ain't no we in here.
Nah, he French. He a French nigga.
Right. Parlez-vous français, nigga. No, nigga.
Even if in any documentation, it'll say comes now Terrell Davis. Comes now Terrell Davis on any motion that you
look at Big Bang face. Look at his face.
He can't go get you no proffer, you feel me? He can't go do that without you giving them some information for them to say, okay, we with it. You feel me? They don't
he's trying to say that his lawyer did all the ratting and telling shit for him, so therefore he's not culpable or responsible for what his lawyer did to him, and he's trying to save face for his lawyer. No, nigga.
No, if that's how it went, everybody, all them big fellas will use their lawyers. If that's how the lawyers work.
Yes. Listen, if that's how law work, all these niggas are telling us some shit. Fuck are you talking about?
Even if Ash go on that motherfucker and say, hey, I'm on Terrell Davis' behalf, I'm willing to go ahead and take a plea. It's gonna say Terrell Davis come now. In the email, in the documentation, it coming.
Why does he keep on saying documentation?
It gonna say it's coming from me because
he won't talk.
But verbally or came out of my mouth, in all documentation on page 12 of that same documentation that I can get it for you.
So you saying basically you let you gave what's his name, Ash,
the green
light to work the move. He went in there talking, you ain't said a motherfucking thing.
I ain't even know
but he got you looking like a rat, basically.
Exactly, but I don't even know what to say in this motherfucker.
I'm saying, so he did go in there saying some shit.
And guess what? I got documentation right here to show that Brian Steele big, literally big. I got all the documents from that same June 6th proffer. I got all the documents right here, and you can read it if you would like. You want to? Because I read.
No, nigga, we don't want to read that shit, nigga.
But but
you see that?
Right.
That
the lawyer
right
work, but your lawyer working for you. Your lawyer ain't working on his own behalf. You feel me? Your lawyer ain't gonna go in there and say Dogface said this, that, and the third without saying, hey, Dogface, what you want me to do?
Hey, listen, if your lawyer was to go in there and say something that you do not agree with and that you are not willing to stand on, that would be ineffective in assistance of counsel. Cause for removal, and plus you a millionaire, nigga. You never gonna let him go in there and say something that you don't feel is right and exact. Stop playing with a nigga, bro.
Right.
I got all the documentation that shows that.
No, laughing at him.
Look, they laughing at this nigga, bro.
Brian still begged, literally begged the prosecution team. We to this day never seen that proffer. We to this day never seen the.
That's because the proffer is sealed, nigga, at your request.
Proffer. I got all the exhibits, all the notes right here, bro. Brian still is begging, literally begging for the proffer.
Begging to see the proffer or begging to keep it sealed?
Begging to see it. They won't even let him see it. Brian still didn't go in that meeting. These folks was having meetings without us even knowing. That's Ryan Buchanan. That's the actual prosecutor that they actually went in there with. Okay, here go the proffer day. What about Thursday? How about that work? These are emails right from Ryan Buchanan and Ash Joseph. Okay, right here is from the Steele Law Firm, right? Tuesday, September the 18th, 2018 at 5:30 p.m., 5:34 p.m. to Ryan Buchanan, U.S. AG, whatever the fuck, but Ash Joseph is right there trainer. He say, please send all discovery, reports, text messages, proffers, and related to the matter request to the honorable court. So we see that, you see that on that documentation, it said it happened June 6, 2018. Right here, this date says September the 18th, 2018. So you see, we begging for the proffer. Brian Steele is begging. We never seen anything from that proffer. So what we trying to prove, our prosecution misconduct motion, what we trying to prove is that y'all participated with Ash Joe shit to get information out of me about murders. I never, even when I went in that room, get what, Brian?
No, but look, but this is what I'm saying though, and I'm just being my journalist or whatever. For this particular part, it's not saying anything necessarily about the murders or whatever. It's basically saying that Brian filed several motions to request that the proffer be sealed because of information, because there's a lot of information on a lot of people that are well known in the community.
We begging for the proffer.
No, but what I'm saying, I get what you're saying about begging for the proffer, but what I'm saying to you is that it's saying that on this particular page of all of that paperwork, it's saying that Brian is asking for the proffer to be sealed because there was information that was provided about well-known members of the community that might not bode well for your security and or your career.
You're listening to Big Facts with Big.
Right
Why
there.
everything she exactly everything she read, he act like she don't know comprehend what she read, and she have to read it to him twice. Like, no, it's saying this. He tried to disregard all that. So how can he argue that he didn't do some type of communication with the law? You feel me? It's in his own paperwork. What he always try to read it to you, but she read it for herself. You feel me? And keep letting them know, don't assault my journalism. You feel me? And see, that's what he failed to realize. That's what you're doing when you trying to tell a person what something means. When we could think for ourselves, man. It's saying what it mean what exactly it said. Your lawyer asked for it to be sealed. While you keep trying to say, no, right on 12, we was trying to see that. How you can't see it if you already did it? You know what you told them people. You feel what you mean? You can't see it. You know what you said. It exists. They would not give it to y'all. That's why she no on this paperwork. See, he might have some paperwork that he got some pages made up and he put in there. You feel me? That's on the real, because ain't no discrepancy in what she reading. She read totally opposite of each page he talking about. That the pages she reading, that's why he want to avoid them. That's why the brothers up there.
Hey, listen. Nigga don't want, hey, Juice. That nigga hate the number 8. That nigga don't want no V8 sports drink.
Right. He say he hate the number 8.
That nigga don't want no V8. That nigga don't want no V8 drink. That nigga don't
he
want.
Ain't going up 8 Mile.
He ain't going up 8 Mile. That nigga, if he playing pool, he don't want to shoot the 8 ball in the side pocket. That nigga don't want nothing to do with 8. He don't like 8 ball in MJG. That nigga don't want nothing to do.
He said he don't like 8 ball in MJG. Because they got an 8 in their name. Huh?
That nigga don't like MC8. That nigga don't like 8 ball in MJG. That nigga don't want listen. That nigga don't want that nigga love 12 like Skiller. He said they love
12.
He
The
love
police
12.
he love
He love 12. Police ass nigga, fuck you mean. You want nothing to do with 8. You want to go right to 12. I bet you do want to go right to 12, nigga. I bet you do want to go right to page 12, nigga. Fuck is you talking about, nigga, dumbass boy?
Man, how he thought he was gonna play that sister like that?
Man, yeah, stop playing with her like that, man. Stop playing with a nigga's emotions like that, bro. You don't want nothing to do with page 8, nigga, sucker. You don't want nothing to do with page 8.
And I like the way she let him know he was insulting her. He wasn't catching on. He insulted. She kept telling him, my journalism, letting them know I know what I know. How you go keep trying to tell me what I'm reading? Let them know my expertise. Let me know what I understand. I'm comprehending it while you keep trying to throw me off. See, that's where he went wrong with. That's why she broke him down like she did, very intelligent, off his own paperwork. She didn't make this up or nothing. This is the paperwork you provided. You feel me? But she wasn't gonna let you direct the show. That was her show. And I salute that sister. That was well done. You feel me? And she held her composure. The brothers ain't have to say nothing. They laughed at him. They didn't even have to whoop him. She whooped him. You feel me?
She whooped that trick. She whooped that trick. And listen.
And then go ahead.
No, bro, go ahead. You have at it. I'm laughing at this shit.
He go sit there and have the audacity to say something about people going to perform for Big Meech, man. Why would you even say anything after that performance, dog, that we all seen? That's one of the largest platforms on podcast. You think the world ain't see that, man? You making yourself look real bad, and you supposed to be on your ding. You feel you an Iman, you acting Iman. You feel me? And you sitting here talking about something you wanted to see who was gonna do what and where you could have something to say. Stop fooling a lot. You feel me? That's why I had to make him look at what he doing, man. Because you acting as a leader of a group. You feel me?
Juice, that nigga don't want nothing to do. That nigga don't want to see 8 o'clock. He don't want to see 8 o'clock. That nigga don't want to see 8 o'clock is a man. It's 8 o'clock twice a day, Juice. That nigga don't want nothing to do with no 8 nothing. That nigga's a savage, bro. Hey,
right.
listen. So the person who was bankrolling his release as he came over the Fed joint was a brother by the name of Goldmouth. Goldmouth is from Macon, Georgia. Goldmouth did 17, 18 years in penitentiary. He's a real nigga from all accounts. Everybody who I know who knows Goldmouth from Georgia says that Goldmouth is a stand-up motherfucker. Goldmouth was in Florida for a large portion of his federal incarceration. All my niggas from Tampa, Miami, Orlando, Jacksonville, they all say Goldmouth was a money-getting stand-up nigga in the federal penitentiary. Goldmouth when Rollo came home, that was Goldmouth who went to get Rollo and brought him home with the fanfare that happened with him, man. Goldmouth jumped strong behind Rollo. But Goldmouth, if you ever wondered why Rollo was doing so much talking about so many different things, I want you to listen to this. This is Goldmouth, who supposedly got into a fight with Jeezy last night in the club because he says that he gave Jeezy $50,000 when he came home from the joint for something. And Jeezy, walked him for the bread. So let's listen to, and this is Goldmouth telling the world that he got into a fight with Jeezy. Let's listen to this.
Happened with me and Dude last night. That was personal, homie. That was street shit, man. So my nigga, miss me with all that fanned out ass shit, my nigga. All you niggas that got opinions, you niggas never even had 50,000 a day in your life. You niggas never had 50 bands to even know how it feel for a nigga to run off with your motherfucking 50 band. So nigga, miss me with all that pussy ass shit. Nigga like, oh, he hating on G. Oh, he must be broke. Broke? Pussy nigga, do I look like I'm fucking broke, nigga? Let's set the record straight, nigga. Do I look like I'm fucking broke, nigga? Do I look like I'm fucking broke? Huh? Fuck is I'm broke? What the fuck is I'm hating on a nigga about? Get your nigga, pussy nigga. Check this out, man. All that lame shit, my nigga. I'm a real street nigga. You know what it is, man. Any nigga that know me, they know I'm a real street nigga. Know I served 17 in the pen and made it out that bitch without a scar on my face, nigga. Straight up, nigga. This is what the fuck we smoking on tonight, nigga.
Now.
You smoking snowman pie?
I don't see. So let me see this right here. Liked by. I don't see Rollo anywhere in here with the likes, bro. I don't see Rollo in any of the comments. Do I see Rollo? Let's look and see if we can see. Can you see this, Juice? I don't see Rollo in here anywhere. Help me. We finna scroll. I don't see Rollo. Made no comments on this shit. Him and Rollo, I don't see nothing about no Rollo in this bitch nowhere. You see Rollo in here somewhere? No. I don't see. Is he even still following Rollo? Let's look and see if he followers. These are people who he's following. Only Goldmouth.
Goon shine.
That don't mean shit, bro.
Right.
Following. Who is he following? Okay, let's see if he's following Rollo. He is following Rollo.
Yeah.
Right, so he is following Rollo. But I don't see Rollo liking none of this shit. I don't see him on here. I don't see Rollo on here making.
So that shit that happened with me and Dude last night, that was personal, homie. That was street shit, man. So my nigga, miss me with all that fanned out ass shit, my nigga.
Let's see if we see Rollo on here who liking this. We know Rollo didn't comment.
Right.
Stop me when you see Rollo who liked this post. And this is him talking about he got into it with Jeezy and all the backlash he's getting, saying he was clout chasing or what have you. No Rollo. No Rollo in there nowhere.
No,
all you niggas that got opinions.
No Rollo in there. What does that tell us that Rollo is? What does this tell us?
So that shit that happened with me and Dude last night, that was personal, homie. That was street shit, man.
He trying to stay new.
He's trying to stay mute, right? Let me give you some advice, Goldmouth. See, you think because you're from Georgia, and because Georgia or Atlanta is like the county seat of the world of hip hop, you think that all you gotta do is do some fluff shit or some shit like this. If it's street shit for real, why you run to the internet? Jeezy ain't run to the internet. Jeezy ain't come to the internet talking about this shit at all. You came to the internet. So if it's really street shit like you say it is, why are you on Instagram talking about the shit? What say you, Juice?
Right. No, I don't know why he brought it to the internet. You know what I'm saying? You saying you did fair time and all that. So then, these ain't the games you play. You know what I'm saying? I see Jeezy coming on the internet trying to clear his name first. He's the entertainer. You feel me? You playing the streets and you on the come up trying to get in the entertainment game. You shouldn't want to smear your name as not knowing how to handle yourself in the entertainment business, doing legit business, whereas you still resorting to street tactics. You feel me? Somebody owe you money in the entertainment business. It's all type of ways to handle it, and it's places and it's places and situations to handle situations. That wasn't the place for that. You feel me? No matter what he owed you and how he played it, it's still you only could control your actions. So the people looking at how you conducted yourself at the world you trying to get into. You feel me? So I think he put a black eye in his own game with the way he carried that out. You feel me?
I agree. When you saw this picture go up right here, Juice.
Oh man.
When you saw this picture right here go up, what were you saying to yourself when you seen Lil Meech with Rick Ross and Mayweather? We didn't even give a fuck about Mayweather. But when you saw this is the aftermath. This is the aftermath.
You know what I saw?
What you see?
I saw a scorned woman screaming out for her ex's attention. You feel me? I'm gonna go mess with some guys that you don't like. You feel me? That's what scorned women do. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's what I'm saying. A bad example of how his father, his uncles, them did the same thing. I don't know why, who taught them on that. That was manly to do. You know what I'm saying? No matter if I got a problem, so it ain't always they going off that myth. An enemy of my enemy is my friend. Get out of here with that. That ain't real logic. You know what I'm saying? They really pimping y'all out to get their point across, to get their issue on with 50 they already had going on, and they utilizing y'all like some trophy broads to the dangle in his face. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, he got y'all life right. So y'all doing all this for attention and trying to get him to say or do the wrong thing. All that's what women do. That's all I'm saying. That ain't men don't handle business like that, man. You feel me? You wouldn't have took a picture with Floyd and Rick Ross after you just spoke bad. I don't know if you ever said nothing about Floyd, but you just said fuck Rick Ross and all that shit, and your daddy only fucked with him because he needed to pay his bills and this, that, and the third. You making yourself look weaker and weaker and weaker. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how to real, because I know it's some real black mafia guys, you know what I'm saying, that's really that represent BMF, you know, like Blackface, you know what I'm saying, Jay Nutty. I don't know how they sitting back, because they real ones, and they sitting back watching these guys tarnish they organization's name. You know what I'm saying? That it's total big L for the BMF. You feel me?
Hey, Juice. It first of all, it is his organization to tarnish. It is if Big Meech is, by the way he's acting, responding, reacting, if all of that does leave a stain on BMF, it is his group. Just do what you want to do with it, right? They get down with him.
I ain't gonna say that, because anytime you part of something, you know, no matter who started it, if you've been putting on for the team, you got just as much say so as anybody else. And
Really?
if you've been representing it to the fullest, it ain't the boss shouldn't be able to just tarnish it because he got weak. If he got weak, he should get off the throne. Simple as that. He shouldn't represent the whole hookup. You feel me?
You have no disagreement from me whatsoever. However, here's one of the major problems with these crews of black criminals, fucking thugs. Here's one of the major problems. When these niggas start to go bad, they don't never police themselves. They crash and burn under the weight and under the pressure of their own ignorance, of their own lack of discipline, of their own lack of substance. They never catch themselves. They never police themselves. Listen, we wouldn't be talking about BMF, Big Meat, Southwest T, none of that shit if they were policing themselves. They are not policing themselves. They letting the members do the dumbest, hoest shit that you can think of, and then come back and ask the general public to accept this weak ass shit as if it's true. So if they were really mob, the general public would have to speak on this shit because they would have already dealt with it. When you leave it to us, they always say, never leave it up to somebody else's imagination. No, you want to provide the context so that when the story gets told, it's told from your own vantage point. But when you say nothing, when you articulate nothing, when you give nothing to a story that has legs and has truth, when you don't offer, I feel like Big Meech doesn't even respect niggas enough. You certainly don't respect. Oh, he don't owe nobody nothing. You just said, Juice, he owes the niggas in his crew an explanation.
For real, because they represent some of them boys put on for BMF. They got it tattooed on them and everything, and they stood on business. They didn't tell.
What does that mean, though, Juice? Does it mean that Big Meech has to give a fuck about what they think?
He posed to. And they supposed to deal with it in-house. They supposed to deal with it internally. Yeah, you got some questions to ask. If he say he don't want to answer their question, they supposed to oust him. He don't supposed to get no benefits of claiming BMF or nothing. They supposed to make it public. Like, no, he ain't representing us. This ain't what we standing on.
They ain't gonna do that. They're not gonna do that though, Juice. They're not gonna do that.
Shoot, they seeing as we seeing that concert was shut down. That's stopping they money being messed with. So y'all gonna let him mess with y'all money because that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, it just happened. I ain't making this up. He had this big old concert and he spoke then. The concert, come to the concert. I'm gonna speak on like he was gonna give out what went on or something. Insinuated it like that. And what they do, they stop that money. So something going on behind closed doors that we don't know since they saying we don't know. Well, they showing y'all something ain't right. You feel me? Why that concert they jump off? So BMF legacy is on jeopardy. Or y'all making some money under the BMF flag?
Hey, listen, Juice. He signed over his life rights, the right to tell the story about himself and BMF. He signed it over to somebody, a woman who we know for a fact is a DEA informant, right or wrong?
Right.
Not only did he sign over his life rights to Tammy Commons, but he also signed he also signed over a power of attorney to Tammy Commons, right or wrong?
Right. Exactly.
Tammy Commons had full control of negotiating and selling or leasing his life rights, and she had a power of attorney over his physical being. If he would have died in the penitentiary, then his mother and his baby mama and his kids would have had to get authorization from Tammy Commons to take his body from that FCI to wherever they wanted to bury this nigga at, right or wrong?
Exactly, facts.
Juice, Big Meech has, listen, let me tell you something, man. For all these niggas claiming BMF, bro, most of these niggas who claim BMF, we ain't never seen these niggas in the picture with Big Meech, bro. We ain't. Most of these niggas, especially these niggas from Detroit, 99% of these niggas from Detroit, bro, they telling stories about Big Meech when they was 10, 11, 12, 7, 8 years old, bro. We don't see none of these niggas in no pictures. And when Big Meech, he was a flamboyant nigga. He had billboards basically screaming to the feds, I'm a drug dealer, the world is mine. Screaming, top of his lungs. We don't see none of these niggas in Detroit on none of these pictures with Big Meech in Miami and LA, none of that. These niggas is like, believing in Big Meech is like believing in Santa Claus, bro. These niggas do not want to accept that something is amiss here, that something is not right. Now you got niggas telling the story, oh, Cuffy worked for Big Meech. How? Cuffy gave that nigga his first $1 million. What are you talking about? He was his own boss. Their relationship was not a relationship of worker boss. It was boss on boss.
Partners.
What? No, he never worked for Meech. That's another. It's all this misinformation coming out for the sole purposes of trying to confuse the whole issue. The issue is Big Meech has a responsibility and obligation to speak on this shit. Or he can't do it. The feds watching him. Nigga, he spoke last week when that concert.
Dang.
And ain't nobody telling him to crash out.
Right.
Ain't nobody telling him to get no back and forth with no nigga. Right? You can speak to your lawyer. Have your lawyer issue an official statement on your behalf. Simple shit.
And read the paperwork. If you got you got your paperwork, if you in your paperwork ain't said nothing, you can show it. But you know the $1 billion question is, what made Tammy deserve the rights to his life and the rights to what you say, power of attorney?
Right.
How did she earn that? That's the $1 billion question. Why would you give her all that over everybody in your life that you've been knowing and loving? Your children, your mother, all of them alive. You feel me? Your sister, everybody.
His children are pitiful examples of. His children are. Have you seen them some bitches, man?
I only seen Mimi.
Man, his children are the most ridiculous looking niggas that you ever want to fucking see, bro.
Straight up.
This kid fucked up, bro. The Adams family look better than them motherfuckers. Cousin It, Morticia, things look better than them motherfuckers.
Not Cousin It.
Yes, they do.
Uncle Fester.
Bro, Uncle Fester. Listen, Big Meat is Uncle Fester, It, Thing, Morticia, and the other ugly motherfucker there. Listen, terrible looking ass niggas, man. Terrible. No, I'm just bullshit, bro. Meech, you got a beautiful set. You got beautiful kids, Meech. I'm just playing with you, man. You gotta accept that humor. Don't beat me up, brother. Ooh, I'm scared. Don't beat me up. Hey, Juice, man, we be making this shit tomorrow. Hey, listen, sugar, salt, they ain't our fault. It's the YouTube Streets Detroit block. Hey, listen, on behalf of Detroit Gossip, Public Figure Boogie, Juice, what's your social media, Juice, so they can follow you, bro?
The Beat Factory 313 on all social media. Please tap in, like, comment, and subscribe. I got some heat over there. You want to hear these boys tell their stories, the real live hitmen that was pulling the hits. Logic Parker, Lester Milton, Butch Jones, all them boys. So you like old Detroit history from the gangsters, you could come tap in and hear from their mouth. You feel me? Appreciate you, face.
No, I appreciate you, bro. And anytime you, however, we rock it to the wheel fall off this motherfucker. Detroit Gossip, Public Figure Boogie. Shout out to Sister Henny. Shout out, we have new members of the YouTube Streets that are going to join the panel, and we're going to discuss all things hip-hop, politics, entertainment, sports, whatever. Salute. I'll talk to you tomorrow, brother.
All right. Peace. Salute.
Peace.
We out.